Right. Question of the day is how long can Zombie uphold that pose? Stardust 1-0. Solar.
Forever, bro.
All right. Forever, bro. Yeah. You're gonna thumbs up, man. Don't even need your hands. All right. Back in action. Game number 2 underway. Spot here in the bottom right corner of the map. It's gonna be the red Zerg player, Solar.
Upper left as the yellow Protoss. My insanity Stardust.
Of course, we all know that Solar's from Samsung Galaxy, but what?
Okay. I'm gonna challenge you. Create the best pun that you can with Solar and Stardust.
Do you already have one like prepared? Is that what this is about?
Not really, but I was trying to think of one, but I was like, you know what? Who's really good at making these ones? Rifkin is, and
now you put me on the spot. That's like oh, my friend's hilarious. Like, hey, Rifkin, tell a joke. Like, you can't put someone on the spot like that, man. The dumb puns, they have to just come naturally.
Oh, you really can't think of one? Not even like a solar flare will turn Stardust. No, wait. Oh, wait. Nope, can't think of one.
Find Stardust in the solar system. I don't know.
Yes, that's true, but that's hardly. Oh, you got him good.
Like, what? I don't know. You like kind of pulled this out of nowhere. I was about to start talking about this the way the last game went. You're just like I thought you had something ready to go. You sounded excited.
No, I wasn't that excited.
Okay, well then. Anyways, the dance begins here of the probe and the drone. This is more than a small bit of a nuisance, though. This is Stardust, after all. This is a guy who I watched win an entire go for StarCraft with only cannons. Literally, start to finish, only cannons.
He hit it on his own Nexus, so not going to be the case. But yes, it was a threat.
It actually doesn't mean he's... Stardust is one of the guys who will still go for the cannons, like, late, if the opportunity arises, so gotta be careful.
I believe that, but I can't... It's gotta be also because the hatch wasn't there already. You know, so he knew that the spawning pool was already up. But, you know, you're right, Stardust will go on it with even with like 6 links right there saying don't put down the pylon, he might still do it.
Yeah, I mean, like, okay, some things about Stardust has changed. That last game is anything but his stigma being cheese dust, but... you know, when he wants to dedicate cannons, he will. I don't think he's going to cannon the third or anything, but he is still scouting out the probe. Gets caught though, so he's going to have to start running back home.
Problem. Stardust opened up really weird. That game actually lasted a long time. But, you know, luckily in not stereotypical fashion. It wasn't just like Swarm Host, like Snooze Fest, so that was cool, but we have to remember that Stardust did open up weird. 3 Stargates, Void Rays into, of course, Phoenixes because mutas were on the way. Solar was kind of the one that couldn't do what he wanted, I feel. Like, that it was clutch that he even survived. So, like, there was, like, 10 minutes where Stardust looked like he was going to win, and then, like, 10 minutes where Solar looked like he was going to win. And the last 5, Stardust barely pulled it out. But I don't know if Solar is willing to go for, like, mutas again. That just turned really weird. Turned to mass corruptors, that's what it turned into.
Yeah. When do you ever see that, right? Like, I mean, you see a lot of corruptors from time to time, but 38 corruptors was kind of like, whoa, man. Like, might want to calm down there, smidge. I guess actually, thinking back, like, that would have been cool to see Solar in a position where he could afford to go, like, oversupply. You know, make too many units, do the whole drone cancel thing, and then perhaps, then that's where you get the extra corruptors with, but... I think one of the big things you pointed out, we may very well see again, was like he relied on Zerglings for so much of that game, like, and they worked for a while until finally Stardust said, "Oh, I should get an armor upgrade."
Yeah. So going for double gas. I don't know if he's gonna go for speedlings again. Obviously, they're not gonna be the earliest speedlings, so an attack on a very quick third would be kind of hard to pull off. Stardust could get away with it. We do have just +1 and a couple of sentries on the way, so yeah, okay, that's what he's gonna do. 630 Nexus. It's gonna finish by the time Solar, you know, maybe gets speed, has a Roach Roar ready to go, and Roach is ready to go. So that's, I mean, Solar sees it, but what can he really do about it?
Yeah. I think for... I mean, okay, so here's the thing, right? Like, brass tacks for a sec. Ignoring what's going to possibly happen in this game, I do want to remind everyone it's the first game in this group stage C&D. there's really not a whole lot riding on this particular set yet. You know, it's not like, oh my god, Solar's on the verge of getting knocked out of the group versus map score for this and that. Same with Stardust for that matter. So like the pressure definitely isn't really here yet, but every game does count. Every map matters, and of course, you know, worst case scenario, you have to worry about map score if your overall wins aren't that great. I mean, there's a lot of finicky things to go into this, but I guarantee you, I don't think either of them are really too worried about it right now. A lot of the time, a lot of the players we talk to as well, especially it seems like Koreans, they don't really think, they are the most extreme tunnel vision, I gotta win this game and I'm not worried about much else type things.
Hey, just call people things, Rifkin.
I guess, yeah. I was kind of referring more to the mental state than the person, so I wasn't quite sure how to refer to that, but you know, like there's the joke where like a lot of the Koreans actually had no idea the dream pool was coming because none of them like cared to think about anything outside of what was happening immediately. So anyways, so both players in this with a pretty nice mindset, I imagine, but Solar is marching across the map with a ton of roaches.
Right, so he wasn't able to stop the Nexus from getting up. You know, that's something he could have done if he had speed, you know, as soon as possible, but he is still going to try and punish it. Now he's going to have cannons, he's going to have Sim City, and he's going to have a few units at least. Actually, he might be forced to recall, meaning that he doesn't have a mothership cannon. He only has the regular cannon, there's only one of them.
And the recall forces all these units choked in here at the third, which may actually not work so well, as Solar's just going to, redirect his attention to the natural. I mean, what is there to stop this with, like, one cannon? A couple of pylons coming down, but there's so many roaches. He's got to be worried about getting trapped in these force fields. There we go. He's going to try and focus on some of the sentries here on the other side of that wall, but meanwhile, going to knock down the Cybercore, meaning no more sentries, no more stalkers, and access to the cannon.
I'm so surprised he didn't warp in another stalker. He actually has no units warping in. Now a couple of zealots finally do into the main, but I mean, he's depending mostly on sentries for DPS, so this attack's not dying.
No, certainly not. The roaches, I don't think are going to go down either. These sentries, they got to deal with all these flooding lings. Force fields actually miss some of the roaches and get them more connected to the sentries, if anything.
He's only on 3 gateways. I mean, he's on 5 gateways, but 3 of them were not morphed into warp gates. So he was probably trying to spam, use these 1,000 minerals, and was just like, what's going on?
Yeah, I was kind of looking at that too. Like his mineral count was really high. Now we're gonna have a ton of zealots. You know, roaches are off creep. They don't have speed. The zealots will actually clean this up. Stardust gonna take some losses, but the question is how much, right? More lings do dart towards the main, and there's nothing warped in up here to stop them. So he's got to pull the probes.
I don't know how fast the 7x4 went down, but that might be why he wasn't warping anything in as well. You know, he's trying to warp in stalkers and sentries, didn't realize it.
Yeah,
what we did there. Yeah, but
well, Solar, you know, the thing is, at the end of the day, like probe kills aside, like he trades out pretty effectively.
12 probes killed.
Yeah, but he killed all the sentries, is what I'm trying to focus on here. Like that's.
Did he? Okay, then that yes, that is. I thought they were off somewhere else.
No, 7 sentries died there at the front of the base when this ling's reinforcing. So there's not really a big threat. Like, okay, there's zealots counterattacking, and this is a little bit scary, but there's nothing to hold the roaches in place. There's nothing to stop an army from engaging. I mean, okay, maybe the 4th is going to get canceled, but the roaches, are they even going to turn around? No, they're going to catch a couple of the sentries that were just freshly warped in here in the middle of the map.
There's a mothership core to recall. There is a recall available. I'm really hoping that he was able to cancel or kill that 4th and get out, and instead he just plain has to get out of there.
Well, Solar is... this is not a style that I've really seen him go with before. It's so aggressive and so crazy, but it's worked out really nicely. He's even going to get the upgrades here, so get to cancel level 2, which makes these stalkers not quite as good. I mean, like, there is a tipping point, like +2 blink stalkers, not +1 blink stalkers is the move, guys, because stalkers need those upgrades pretty heavily to work most effectively. But as the force field wears off, these things are going to be able to start running through, so they kill pylons. There's really not a lot to stop this.
No. Single force field. That's all he has left, and no blink. Blink about to finish. Late to the party as always.
Yeah. Oh, bro. The bro goes down, and GG. Alright, game number 2 goes to Solar, brings the series back, ties it up now 1-1.